gig logs that you've seen before, because I'm doing the ceremony and the reception for this particular wedding, but the difference is they're going to be in two different locations. So I'm using two setups today for this. The ceremony is going to be at a park in downtown Pensacola, and the reception is going to be at a hall, which is just about maybe a block away or so. So it's going to be a little bit different than that. And of course, I'm not having another DJ help me out with this one this time. This is all my equipment that I'm using, and I went and got a smaller sound system for the ceremony this past week. So yeah, I don't have to rely on getting another DJ to come out and help me do this. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, but you know what? It works out. So that's the way that's gonna go today. And you know, we've been planning this reception and ceremony out for quite a while now. This bride actually booked me, I think, back in, I don't know, February, March this year or something like that. So yeah, it's been a while, and we're looking forward to having a great day today. Now, one thing, it is cold outside. Okay, now when I say it's cold outside, of course I mean for folks that are up north, it's probably ain't going to seem cold what we're experiencing right now, but when you're along the Gulf Coast, you live in Florida, it is pretty cold. It was 49 degrees when I woke up this morning. So anyway, that's what we're having to deal with right now. And I think we're only going to see a high today near 70. Like I said, some of you guys live up north, you know, you're probably thinking, wow, 70, that's like a sweat box. Well, around here, 70 during this time of year is pretty chilly, when it was like 85 and 90 last week. So, you know, it's like a real contrast. But the good news is there's no rain in the forecast. I mean, it's a beautiful day, and you know, I think it's all going to go great. It's about 10 after 1 right now, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm on my way to the reception hall right now to go ahead and get set up there. And I want to go ahead and get everything set up for the reception, and then I'm going to head over to the park and go ahead and get set up for the ceremony. And then as soon as the ceremony is over with, all I have to do is quickly pack up that smaller sound system and then get on over to the reception. And then once I get to the reception hall, everything's already there. All I have to do is turn it on. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to take one computer over to do the ceremony and leave one at the reception. And then once the ceremony is over with, I'm going to take that other computer that I used for the ceremony and hook it back into my system for the reception. I always like to have two computers normally. So anyway, that's what we got to deal with, and it's 10 after 1 now. The ceremony is supposed to begin at 4:30, so we've got plenty of time to get there and get set up for both, and should be going until about 9 o'clock tonight. So we'll talk to you once we're set up. All right, we're here at the reception hall and getting ready to head over to the park to do the ceremony. I just want to show you my setup real quick. Got my main JBL speakers, got one right over here, one right back over there. And to set up the seating, got a nice table here. I've got the Revo Sweep under there, and see the new mixing board that I'm using tonight. The Revo 3, I've got it set up now. I had a problem with it a little while ago. Maybe somebody can help me with that, but I'm going to have to take it down to the sound shop. I don't know if you can see that or not, but if you notice that this part here actually came off, and I've got to figure out a way to get it in there. I've got it rigged for right now to where to work, but it's going to have to be fixed. Looks like it's going to have to be taken apart, so it just popped out of place. So we'll be talking to you from the setup at the ceremony site. All right, now we're on our way to the ceremony site. Got everything set up for the reception, so I'm on my way to the ceremony site now to go ahead and get my second sound system set up. So we should be at there in just a little bit. It's, like I said, it's only about just a couple blocks away. This is the historic district of Pensacola right now, so kind of shine my camera around here. You can see a little bit, you know. But we'll talk to you when we get set up. All right, it's about 3:30. We're here at the ceremony site. We got the ceremony starting in about an hour, so it didn't take me long at all to set up the second sound system. But let me show you this. And if you haven't seen these new speakers yet, I just got them this past week. They're smaller, but you know what? I thought for a ceremony, you don't really need all that boom and bass. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't bring my JBLs out here. I'll save those for the reception. And these are a lot easier to break down. Let me show you these real quick, okay? Now these are actually from a company called Proel, and they're 12-inch. I believe they're 200 watts per channel, I believe. But so I've got one set up right here. The other one is set up right over there. Right here's where the ceremony is going to be. And like I said, I mean, I went ahead and got those speakers mainly for this ceremony, but I thought, well, you know, if people want me to set up in their living room or something like that, you know, I don't really have to take those big JBLs. I can take these. I mean, these put out a lot of power for that, and you know, I think it'll work. So anyway, just show you what I've got over here. I've got one of my PCs. Got the Acer computer here running PC DJ, and I've got this mixer, the 3-channel mixer that I used last week. If you saw the gig log last week, you know that channel number 2 did not work. Well, I mean, it stayed on when I was trying to pot it down, so I thought, well, this will be my backup mixer now, and I've got the new mixer back over there for the reception. So anyway, got this other power amp here. This is a QSC RMX 1450. This is identical to my other amp. This is actually my spare amp that I always use. I never really used a gig. I think this might be like the second gig I've ever used it at. But anyway, it works. You know, it's a good backup, but it's going to work today. So once the ceremony's over with, I'm going to break this down, head back up to the hall, and to get the reception started. So basically all I have to do is when I get to the reception is just walk in there and just turn it on, and we're good to go. Alright, I thought we'd just walk over here real quick. I just wanted to show you the bay. We're out here on Pensacola Bay today. This little speaker's doing pretty good, okay? So it's really neat. Now, you may be wondering, why do I have the speakers over there and not over there facing the people? Well, the wind is blowing really hard, so I figured it'd be better to have the speakers facing over that direction, and it seems to be helping out a lot. So anyway, that's the reason why I've got the speakers over there on the side, because we do have a lot of wind today, and it just sounds a lot better doing it that way. And you can hear it fine. I mean, I'm several feet away now, and I can hear those speakers just great, and they really do sound good. So I'm actually glad I invested in them. Okay, it's 10 after 5 now. The ceremony is over with, so now I'm heading back to the reception. Like I said, I've only got a couple blocks to drive. So anyway, it was cold. I mean, the wind was blowing out there big time, and those bridesmaids weren't really too happy with their dresses the way they are. You know, short, low-cut dresses, and you know, and so it was pretty chilly for them with the wind blowing. So anyway, we're on our way to the reception now. I'm already set up, so all I have to do is go in here, turn everything on, and we'll be good to go. We'll talk to you there. Alright, we're at the reception now, and got here. All I had to do is just turn everything on and we're good to go. So I'm going to show you my setup real quick now that I got both computers in here. Got PC1 there. Here's my new mixing board, as I mentioned. Here's PC2. So we're good to go, and we'll be talking to you throughout the night. You know something, when I was a kid, I never thought that, you know, 20 years later I'd be playing Michael Jackson at a wedding reception. I mean, back in the 80s, I don't really remember them playing too many 60s songs. You know, that was 20 years old back when I was going to school dances. I went to my first dance when I was, I was 7th grade, so that would have been 1988. And I don't remember them playing too many songs from 1968 then. So this is great. You know, definitely tell that the 80s have made a lasting impact on generations of today, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a great reception.